Welcome to the Health Force product training on intestinal drawing formula. So with this slide, I'd like to give you a little bit of background information on healthy digestion and intestinal health in general. This will help you understand the intestinal drawing formula product a little more effectively. So first, let's discuss healthy digestion and what that looks like. Have this picture over here of the human digestive tract. When you eat food, obviously the first thing that happens is you chew the food. That helps break the food down into smaller pieces and helps the food mix with digestive enzymes that are secreted in your saliva, specifically starch and fat digestive enzymes. And the food moves down your esophagus as you swallow, enters your stomach, where various muscles in the stomach walls will help the food churn and mix, and protein digestive enzymes are secreted in your stomach to help digest protein. Once the food spends enough time in your stomach and is sufficiently liquefied and a lot of protein digestion happens, the food will exit via this pyloric sphincter here into what is called the duodenum, part of your small intestinal tract. Once the food hits the duodenum, a variety of hormonal signals are triggered that tell your pancreas, which is right here, and your liver to release various fluids. You see the pancreas and the liver both feed into these little channels right here, which dump into your small intestinal tract to mix with food. So the pancreas releases bicarbonate fluids, which help basically alkalize the food. The food is very acidic when it leaves the stomach, so these bicarbonate juices help to alkalize the food so it doesn't damage your intestinal walls. And the pancreas also releases a lot of digestive enzymes. The liver and the gallbladder specifically, which is right here, get the signal. The gallbladder gets a signal to squeeze, and that releases bile fluids, which come into your intestinal tract via these ducts here. And mix with the food as well. Bile helps to emulsify the fats and break down the fat in your food. It's really critical for appropriate fat digestion. And bile also helps to stimulate what's called peristaltic motion, muscular contractions along the walls of your intestinal tract, which help move the food through your intestinal tract, eventually exiting via bowel movement. So the food continues to move through your duodenum, enters the mid part of your small intestine called the jejunum, and eventually down here into the ileum, the lower part of the small intestine. This is mostly where the absorption of nutrition happens in your intestinal tract, and a variety of enzymes are also secreted by the friendly bacteria that line the intestinal walls and the epithelial cells, which basically line the intestinal walls, also secrete digestive enzymes which accomplish the final stage of digestion of your food. Once the food has had the nutrition absorbed and it's hopefully fully digested, it leaves the small intestine through the ileocecal valve here, enters what's called your ascending colon, passes through your transverse colon, and then your descending colon, eventually out through your anus in a bowel movement. The food, as it's moving through your colon, basically has the water absorbed so it can consolidate into a stool. A variety of other nutrients are absorbed out of your food. You do absorb some nutrients out of your food in your colon, in your large intestine. And the food eventually makes its way, as I said, out through the anus via bowel movement. Now, your small intestinal tract does have a fairly large amount of bacteria in it, but the bulk of the intestinal flora, the intestinal bacteria, are found in your large intestine. Literally over 100 to 1,000 times more bacteria in your colon than are present in your small intestine. The densest microbial community on Earth is present in your colon, and the purpose of that microbial community is to ferment the food, specifically the fiber in your food that produces various compounds that help with the health of your intestinal walls and produces various vitamins like B vitamins that you can absorb. And eventually the food that's no longer usable is passed out in a bowel movement. And hopefully 2 to 3 significant bowel movements per day are what you're experiencing. That's what's known as healthy bowel function. And these bacteria in the colon are really intimately entwined with that peristaltic motion that helps to move through food through your colon and contribute to that healthy bowel function of 2 to 3 significant bowel movements per day. So unfortunately, there are a lot of different aspects of modern life which really contribute to poor intestinal health. Uh, Consumption of GMOs oftentimes trigger a food sensitivity or a food allergy reaction that creates intestinal inflammation and a condition known as leaky gut, where small holes form in the walls of your intestinal tract, allowing toxins and a variety of other things to enter your bloodstream that should not be entering your bloodstream. Poor nutrition, poor digestion. Anytime you don't digest your food well, that undigested food serves as a great material substrate for unfriendly microbes. Unfriendly microbes love poorly digested food. Candida specifically loves poorly digested food. Friendly bacteria like Acidophilus and Bifidus, etc., love fiber. So a low fiber diet also contributes to poor intestinal health because when you're not eating much fiber, the friendly bacteria don't have a lot of food, and therefore your intestinal tract becomes dominated with unfriendly microbes instead of friendly microbes. Stress also decimates the intestinal flora in your gut, and that intestinal flora is just intimately entwined with so many different aspects of health. The bacteria in your gut, the densest microbial community on earth, really performs hundreds of different metabolic functions for you. So it's really critical that you have a healthy intestinal flora. Consumption of sugar and refined carbohydrates, very bad for your intestinal health. Antibiotics, obviously, decimating your intestinal flora, very bad. Chemical exposure, whether via consuming inorganic food substances that are sprayed with pesticides or some other chemical in your water, for example, very bad for your intestinal health. And various medications like painkillers, NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory compounds, and antacids. Man, I tell you, you want to decimate your intestinal health, antacids or proton pump inhibitors, these medications that basically stop acid production, that's a great way to just totally destroy the health of your digestive system. So the characteristics of a healthy intestinal tract, um, 3 to 5 pounds of bacteria dominated by the friendly species like Acidophilus and Bifidus, not dominated by unfriendly species like Candida. Also, you want to see 2 to 3 significant bowel movements per day. Basically, you should have a bowel movement every time you have a meal. And the thing that really helps with that are fiber. The fiber in your food really gives the muscles that line your intestinal walls that produce that peristaltic motion something to work on to help move that food through. Also, we mentioned that the friendly flora is responsible for healthy peristaltic motion, and also the healthy bile flow coming from your gallbladder is important to stimulate that peristaltic motion that moves the food through your gut. Also, you don't want to see the condition called leaky gut. When you really get an intestinal tract dominated by unfriendly microbes, the unfriendly microbes secrete toxins that produce inflammation, which create little holes in your intestinal wall that allow toxins and other compounds like undigested food to get into your bloodstream that should not be getting in there. So you don't want a leaky gut situation. And also, you obviously want to have good digestion to maintain that good intestinal health. So finishing up this topic now of intestinal health and digestive health, the standard American diet really bad for intestinal health. It really contributes to poor digestion. You don't really have enough nutrition in the standard American diet to help your body produce enough digestive enzymes and stomach acid to digest your food properly. This standard American diet also contributes to constipation. If you don't digest your food well, remember, you're feeding unfriendly microbes and you're not really going to have good bowel function as a result. And this standard American diet can also lead to the buildup of uneliminated fecal material collecting in your bowels and your intestinal tract, which really can feed the unfriendly microbes that are produced all sorts of problems for you. These unfriendly microbes are considered unfriendly because they produce toxins that are bad for you. These toxins, as we mentioned earlier, damage your intestinal walls and lead to leaky gut. And now, once you have the leaky gut situation, and even if you don't have leaky gut, if you've got a lot of unfriendly microbes, you've got a toxin factory in your gut, which is streaming poisonous chemicals 24/7. And if you've got leaky gut, a lot of those chemicals are getting into your bloodstream, and that's what's known as autointoxication. So if you're in this situation where you're eating a sad diet and you've got an uneliminated material sitting around in your bowels, the unfriendly microbes which are eating that stuff are going to basically be streaming poisonous chemicals into your bloodstream 24/7. That's obviously horrible for your liver. One of the things your liver does is clean your blood. So if you're in this situation where you've got auto-intoxication happening, your liver is extremely stressed. Now your liver is basically, you know, there's about 500 different metabolic functions that your liver does, only one of which is to clean your blood. So as your liver gets stressed due to this auto-intoxication situation, 500 metabolic functions are not getting done so effectively. And one of the things that happens is your bile starts to coagulate and potentially form gallstones, and it doesn't really flow so well anymore. This goes hand in hand with high cholesterol levels, etc. And if your bile is not flowing very well, then you're not really getting that stimulation. Remember, the bile flows into your small intestine to stimulate that peristaltic motion. That leads to constipation. And that leads to more auto-intoxication, so it becomes a vicious cycle. Another thing that happens is when you have this leaky gut, along with a low fiber diet, you get reabsorption of liver toxins. One of the things the liver does is detoxify your blood, as we've discussed, and the liver basically releases those toxins that it's pulled out of your blood into the bile fluids. And so whenever your gallbladder squeezes to release bile into your intestinal tract to mix with the food and help with fat digestion, well, that bile is also carrying a lot of liver toxins that are designed or basically intended to exit your body via bowel movement. And you should have a lot of fiber in your diet that will hopefully bind up those toxins coming from the liver and prevent them from getting absorbed back into your bloodstream, so then they're just carried out of your body via bowel movement. That's how it's supposed to work. But if you're eating a low fiber diet, like many people, there's nothing to bind those liver toxins that are released from the liver into the gallbladder and from the gallbladder into the small intestinal tract. So those toxins just get reabsorbed in the small intestine back into the bloodstream and recycled back into your body. Obviously, that's not a good thing. So the final topic I want to discuss here is that if your intestinal health really starts to suffer, and one of the things that happens is this bowel reflexology phenomenon, where we actually have more nerve endings located along our GI tract than in our brain. Some people call this the second brain in our body. And specific areas of our intestinal tract have a reflex effect via these nerve endings with various internal organs. And so when our intestinal tract is toxic, chemicals secreted by unfriendly microbes stimulate these nerve endings in an unhealthy way and negatively influence the health of all our organs as a result. So really, intestinal health is intimately related to the health of the rest of our body. And if you're really interested in optimum health, focusing on improving the health of your intestinal tract needs to really be job one. So with the knowledge we've gained in the last couple slides on the digestive system and intestinal tract, let's now move into a discussion about intestinal drawing formula and how it supports intestinal health. So first, let's look at the ingredients in this product. We've got flax seeds, slippery elm bark, marshmallow root, nopal cactus, carapod, kelp, plantain leaf, and activated charcoal. So this product is very effective at cleansing the intestinal tract. And it does that through a variety of factors. First of all, we've got a lot of mucilaginous fiber in this product. That comes from the flax seeds, the slippery elm bark, marshmallow root, nopal cactus, and the kelp. And mucilaginous fiber is kind of sticky material, and that combined with the oils in the flax seeds serve to help soften any uneliminated material that you've got sticking around in your intestinal tract so that it can be removed more effectively. If you've got any old material that's become impacted on the intestinal walls, these oils and the mucilaginous fiber will help to soften that up so that it can be removed a little more effectively. We've also got some bulking fibers in this formula with flaxseed meal and also activated charcoal that really help to sweep through your intestinal tract like a broom and pull out any toxins or uneliminated material that's in there. This product also supports the health of the intestinal walls. It does that with this mucilaginous fiber that we've talked about. This mucilaginous fiber is very soothing and helps to reduce inflammation And remember, inflammation of the intestinal walls is really what produces that condition known as leaky gut, where you've got holes in your intestinal walls. So the mucilaginous fiber is just going to help to reduce inflammation and going to help the intestinal walls start to heal. We've also got kelp in here that provides a lot of the nutrients necessary for forming new epithelial cells on the walls of your intestinal tract. Kelp's extremely rich in minerals and provides some great nutrition to assist with the health of your intestinal walls. And then finally, this product helps normalize your bowel function. It does that with the bulking fiber that's in this product. This product's got a lot of fiber that really gives your peristaltic motion, the muscles that produce that motion, something to grab onto to help move the material through your intestinal tract so you can have normal bowel function. And also the mucilaginous fiber that's in this formula helps to lubricate your intestinal tract just to help things move through more smoothly and effectively. Continuing on now with the benefits of intestinal drawing formula. This product helps to establish a healthy intestinal ecology. And it does that with this mucilaginous fiber on one level. Mucilaginous fiber is really great food for friendly bacteria. They love it and multiply. So the health of your intestinal ecology will start to improve as you use this formula because of this fiber that's in here. Also, this fiber and the flax meal and activated charcoal and just the sweeping like a broom action of this product really helps to remove any uneliminated material that's kind of hanging out in your intestinal tract. Remember, that stuff is great food for unfriendly microbes. So as that material is removed, the food for the unfriendly microbes is eliminated and they start to die, and allowing your intestinal ecology to dramatically improve in terms of its balance and health. This product also prevents the topic of auto-intoxication that we discussed. It does that through a variety of factors. First of all, the mucilaginous fiber and the activated charcoal in the product will help to sweep through your intestinal tract and absorb any of the toxins that unfriendly microbes are producing, or any of the toxins that are present in the bile fluids that your liver releases into the small intestine when food goes in there. And so as these toxins get absorbed in this fiber, they're not able to be absorbed into the bloodstream. Also, as your intestinal ecology improves due to the cleansing action of this product, you're going to have less toxins being produced that could potentially be absorbed into your bloodstream. And then finally, this product supports liver health. It does that by reducing auto-intoxication. Also, the plantain herb in here, it has some cleansing properties for the liver, and the nopal cactus provides some pretty potent antioxidants that help support liver health as well. And finally, let's discuss how to use this product. First, we have 3 different sizes available. We have a 105 capsule bottle, a 260 capsule bottle, and a 375 gram powder bottle. So you want to start slowly with this product. Start with 1 teaspoon or 3 capsules and work your way up to 1 level tablespoon or 10 capsules per day. And you want to drink with a fair amount of water, 8 to 16 ounces of water or juice. This product really requires a lot of water. It absorbs a lot of water. If you don't take it with a lot of water, it could potentially dehydrate you. So make sure you're consuming lots of fluids with this product and even around this product. Also know that this product does tend to create some constipation sometimes in people, and that's certainly could happen if you're not drinking enough water with the product. It could also happen if you've got a lot of uneliminated material sitting around in your intestinal tract producing constrictions. This product will really move through your intestinal tract like a big mass of fiber acting like a broom, and if it hits any of those constricted areas, it could potentially create some constipation. So if necessary, intestinal movement formula is a very supportive product that you can take with intestinal drawing formula to keep your bowel function at a healthy level of 2 to 3 significant bowel movements per day. Most people probably don't need the intestinal movement formula when they're taking the intestinal drawing formula. Many people can take this product without any kind of constipation showing up. But if that happens with you, know that intestinal movement formula is an option to support yourself while taking intestinal drawing formula. Also, you want to wait approximately 45 minutes before a meal, or rather I should say take this product 45 minutes before a meal, or wait at least 1 to 2 hours after a meal to take this product. This product absorbs toxins. It can also absorb nutrients. So you want to take this product away from other food and supplements so that you don't bind up those nutrients in the drawing formula and basically poop them out in a bowel movement. And then finally, if you're going to take the powder product, best to just put it in some water or juice and power it down. The taste is not super unpleasant. The color is black, but the flavor is not bad. So that's about all I have for you on this product. I hope you learned some important information that's useful to you, and I hope you enjoy using intestinal drawing formula to improve your intestinal health.